Alrighty, so before we get started today, I just want to make a quick announcement where I will be introducing a new Star Citizen series called Every Ship Has Its Place. Episode 1 will focus on the Aurora, and that's all I'll say about that. You guys can wait and see when that comes out. Anyhow, now today's video is going to be about salvage, a topic that, well, CIG has pretty much been not really focusing on as of late. And I thought, you know what, maybe I could talk about a few things that may or may not be added in the future, who knows. So, at the moment, we only have two ships for salvage. We have the Reclaimer, which is a heavy salvage ship, and we also have the Vulture, that being a light salvage ship. Now, we've only received a few updates about the Vulture, but as for the gameplay loop of salvage itself, it's pretty much non-existent. And given how things are going, I doubt we'll be getting anything anytime soon. But today I thought I'd speculate a little and try and fill in the gaps for salvage. And for starters, I feel like there definitely needs to be more than just two ships. It would not surprise me in the slightest that if we also got a capital class salvage ship, something on par with the size of the Orion. And why would you need that? Well, think about it this way. If there's a big space battle that's done and dusted with, and you have several wrecks including probably a Javelin here and there, how are you supposed to use a Reclaimer and a Vulture to clean that mess up? Think about how many trips back and forth they'd have to do to get that job done. It'll take a long time. So having a capital class salvage ship to clean that up, I mean, it will probably have to do a few rounds itself, but a lot less than the other two, that's for sure. Now with that said, there's also one other gap, and that is the ground. Now, you could argue that a Vulture could easily just go down there and clean the mess up, because we're pretty sure the Reclaimer, at least in its current state, has a lot of issues when it comes to atmosphere. But either which way, what if the crashed ship or destroyed vehicle is sitting in a hazardous environment? Something that the Vulture won't be able to fly straight in. It would have to hold its position and do its salvage job. We do know that high winds can make it very difficult for anyone to land their ship, let alone keep it still in the air. Pretty much where a ground vehicle would come in. Probably something on the scale of the Spartan, something that would be able to travel across all sorts of difficult terrain and manage to, keep it together in the coldest and windiest of environments. But that brings something else into question here. The gameplay loop itself of salvage. I don't think it should be as simple as just munching apart ships and selling them for scrap. That in itself just should be the be-all end-all of what's left over. But the first thing that probably should be done is getting into the ship and manually taking out all sorts of important materials, all sorts of modules, metals, etc. and having a means of recycling these materials, be it through a processing station or, well, maybe a ship can do it. We could add one for that kind of thing. Then again, maybe refineries can do it too. Not too sure about that one actually. But yeah, having the gameplay loop being about firstly finding your derelict ship, scavenging any spare parts you can out of it, and then finally turning it into scrap metal so you can either get it recycled or just sell it off to somebody else to do it. Now with that said, for the people who want to play this game for the sake of salvage, most gameplay loops in the game are somewhat there for people to have fun with. You guys are left out. And that's why in this video I want to make a recommendation to a different game that you can play for the time being and have fun with until the days of Star Citizen having its own salvage become a thing. And that game is called Hard Space Shipbreaker. If you haven't heard of it before, it's exactly what you think it is. You get to dismantle all manner of ships by ripping out a bunch of spare parts out of them. I've considered playing the game myself. Haven't gotten the chance to yet. You can see the trailer in the background. But from my friends who have played it, they have told me it is a really good game and it's definitely a good substitute to enjoy while you're waiting. But yeah, that was my take on salvage. Feel free to comment down below as to what you guys think. And yeah, with that said, don't forget to stay tuned for Every Ship Has Its Place coming within the next week or two, after a Warships video of course. And yeah, that's all from me. Ciao for now.